In progress. What review making conclusion to my after conclusion looking forward. What are the read the questions? What are the demand of the question? Why are the words code located along the margin of the continent? What of the yellow code notice to the no body. Here located directly how we come to that. At least Indian Himalayan is the EMS created island also. Going back to me, I question ನೀನು ಓದೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಬರೆಯಲಿಲ್ಲ ಓದೋದು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಈ ಮೂರು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಯ್ಯ ಕೋಡ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೋಡ್ ಹೋಗಿ ತಿಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ Where do we have cold mountains in there? At least Indian plate example ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ Himalayas ಯಾಕೋಟಿಲ್ಲ you especially cold mountains in North America why have we written only ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಂದೇನೋ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ನಾನೇ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನನಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ North America ಬಂದ್ರೆ cold mountains all around North America why have we written only one point all cold mountains ಅಲ್ಲಿ Rockies ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ latitudinal extent I have written comment there okay isn't it there is cold mountain all along the margin isn't it cold map ಹಾಕಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ Rockies ಏನಾಗಿದೆ American plate and Pacific plate convergent plate boundary and is South American plate and Pacific plate convergence. Himalayan, Engagirado, Indian and Eurasian. Why didn't you give such examples, man? So that is the basic demand of the question, alva. So notes bardirodella ilsbidodu ee batch especially. Ee batch adillinda answer gal barite nange anta artha agalla. I don't know where you people get the answers. At least if you copy from Google or some other sites, it should be something worthy, isn't it? Plate convergence ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬರ್ದೆ nobody is, most of them have not written convergence plate boundaries. You have written only like crust will get folded, that's it you have written. Okay, the demand is wide along the margin because oceanic plate and continental plate has been converged, isn't it? So only what will happen, oceanic plate is going downwards, continental plate has been crumbled. Application part bandaga you should be very specific. Aita concept helkotirtira ashte. Application part you should read. Difference artagidya? Are you able to find a difference between concept and application part? Very difficult to apply your knowledge on paper, especially artagidya. If you evaluation ಮಾಡ್ಸೋ ತಲೆನೇ ನೋವು ಮಾಡ್ಸೋ ಮೆಟ್ರೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ನನಗೆ ಶಾಪ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಏನು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನೀನು ಅಖಿಲೇಶ್ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ I'll give you clues also alva. I've given you clues also. Let's see. Writing part, everybody has a report, okay? No doubt with that. Writing, including diagrams, you are learning the skills, okay? Now you should improve on concept. Okay, build your concepts wisely. Oceanic salinity, read it question answer. Oceanic salinity. How is oceanic salinity affecting? Where do we have different ocean salinity? On map hakide mugiyadalva. But also we have included. So neat agi eshana in map in barutte. Map in bariyodu. Suppose kotidiva ನಾವು. That means ಅಂದ್ರೆ subtropical area allೂ ಮತ್ತೆ equatorial same ಇದೆಯಾ? Salinity ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ. The entire concept goes wrong, isn't it? Correct class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಸಿರೋದ್ನೇ you will not able to reproduce ಅಂದಾಗ. Ocean currents. How do you write ocean currents? Ocean currents one simple 10-15 words. Ocean currents is nothing but horizontal flow of water on the surface in a defined direction is called ocean current. You can write down oceanic current can be of two types. Warm current, cold current. Equator to poles, poles to equator. Then what are the effects of factors affecting oceanic salinity? Yes, 4 points, but no, but only 1 or 2 have written only 4, all the 4 points. Which are the factors which are contributing? First one is wind drift force, alva. You should go by order, isn't it? Initially the wind will affect the oceanic current. Then Coriolis force. Hit again. Coriolis force, right hand side, left hand side. There also we have included flow diagrams. So close model. I guess. There also we have included diagram. Then third one is density of water. Isn't it? Density, lightering, it'll change at a time. Fourth one, orientation of peninsula. Factors, multi-dimensional effects. More point. You don't have to write hundreds of points. At least write 3 points properly. That is the demand of the question. Ocean currents. Ella 4 or 5 ಬರೆಯೋದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. At least 3 properly ಬರೆದ್ರೆ you will get more maximum 4 marks ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ at least they will get 3 marks. If you write 5-6 points and none of the points will be unexplainable ಅಂದಾಗ then who will give you marks? Isn't it? Work on your content. Okay, writing everything is fine. Okay, by this time you have improved. Everyone has improved. Okay, no doubt with that. Okay, so go with the concept. Conceptual clarity is important. then ಮಾಡಿರೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋದು. Like rest of the things I am not giving. Why? Because notes ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ notes ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿತು at least notes ಅವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಓದ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? Where did we stop?
Southwest monsoon.
There is Bastar Plateau. Bastar Plateau. Chota Nagpur Plateau. Why are plateaus famous for minerals? Why not mountains? They are formed by magma. Molten rock from the inside the earth will be outpoured on the surface, and then they tend to cool down. Okay. Next, west coast plain, east coast plain. Which is Canara coast? Karnataka. Malabar coast? Kerala. Where is Astamudi? Kerala largest. What are backwaters? Where do we have backwaters? Backwaters are nothing but lagoons. Where is inland, National Inland Waterway 3? Where is it? Kollam to Kottapuram. Okay. West coast, is it submergent or emergent? West coast, submergent, except Malabar coast. That's why we have most of the natural ports on the west coast and more number of ports on the west coast. And west coastal rivers flowing towards the west forms estuaries. What do you mean by an estuary? Huh? What do you mean by estuary?
River inside the sea.
River inside the sea. That is called Guptagamini. Estuary. River directly falls into the sea. Mouth of the river directly falls into the sea without forming delta. Okay. Why so? Because the rivers are
faulty.
Fast. They are fast moving, swift moving, because they reside from the Western Ghats. That's why they are fast and swift, and they have less area before reaching the coast or sea water. Okay, and west coast is narrow actually because Western Ghats is parallel to the coast. Okay, then east coast, and we have where is Utkal coast? Odisha. Coromandel coast, Tamil Nadu. Okay, and eastern coast is wider than compared to western coast, and we have delta formations from all the major rivers. We have delta formations. What do you mean by delta? The rivers before entering into sea leave their sediment, forming a delta. Okay, landform. And we have natural artificial ports on the east coast. Why? Because it is emergent. Emergent means what? Sea is moving upwards. Okay. Then Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are separated by which degree channel? Do you have active volcano in India? Where is it? Which is it? Southernmost point of India. Indra Point. Can you name the degrees? Tribes occupied by Andaman. Sentinelese. These are actually primitive tribal groups, and Lakshadweep and Maldives is separated by which degree channel? 8 degree channel. Channel is nothing but 8 degree latitude. Okay, on water we call it as channel. Climate of India, how many seasons are there? We have 4 seasons. Yesterday we discussed about. Though India lies in tropical and subtropical region, the entire climate is called as monsoon climate. Why? Because of presence of Himalayas in the north and peninsula in the south. Okay, so now in the north we have peninsula. It actually obstructs the cold waves which are flowing from the Arctic towards the plains. Okay, hence most of the plains of India will have short and mild winters. Otherwise, it would have greater winters. And what about the peninsula? Peninsula will actually make the flow of winds flow towards the landmass. Today we discussed about southwest monsoon. When do we have cold season? Do we have rainfall in cold season? Where? How? Western disturbances in Jammu, Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. Okay, this is because of frontogenesis, temperate cyclones. Okay, and in the southern peninsula we have northeast rainfall. Excuse me. Southwest monsoon. Next, fourth one, retreating monsoon. Fourth season. Why are we feeling so much of heat even though we don't have summer now? They're feeling heat, isn't it? Why? Because of retreating monsoon, winds are being retreated. Okay, note down. It includes months of September and October. It includes months of September and October. Full stop. Southwest monsoon winds are withdrawn. Southwest monsoon winds are withdrawn from Indian subcontinent. And their withdrawal is gradual and it starts from northwest part of India. Stop. The sky is cloudless. And rainless. The sky is cloudless and rainless in plains of India. We'll stop. Conditions are extremely hot and humid. Conditions are extremely hot and humid. In the daytime, which is also known as October heat. October heat. Full stop. Northeast monsoon winds are re-established. Northeast monsoon winds are re-established and rainfall starts in southern Andhra coast and Tamil Nadu. Period of rotating monsoon during September and October. So what will happen? Sun starts to move downwards. Okay, all the southwest monsoon winds which were earlier present, they will be withdrawn, and withdrawal starts from the northeast. Pressure created, okay, they will be withdrawn, and since the winds are withdrawn, plains of India will be cloudless and rainless. Okay, and withdrawal of southwest will be accompanied by onset of the northeast. Okay, northeast winds will blow towards the equator and hence causing rainfall to Tamil Nadu coast and lower part of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, since winds are blowing away, okay, offshore, we face extreme heat-like conditions. That is called as October heat. Temperature is increasing. Is it clear? Any doubt? Next, drainage system of India. Drainage system of India. Note down. If the origin of the river is older than the mountain range, the origin of the river is older than the mountain range through which the river cuts.
Through which the river?
If the origin of the river is older than the mountain range through which the river cuts, it is called as antecedent river. Antecedent river. Not on this diagram. Antecedent river. Next, second one in that. If the river is originated, after the origin of landform, after the origin of the landform, then river flows along the slope of the mountain. River flows along the slope of the mountain. And these are consequent rivers. Example, east flowing rivers. East flowing rivers. Next point. If rivers flow over soft rocks, if rivers flow over soft rocks and flow is strong, then they erode the bed. Difference between bed and bank gottidella? Bed means lower part of the river valley. Then they erode the bed instead of bank. That is, there will be erosion of beds. That is, there will be erosion of beds. Full stop. The valleys of rivers become deep, narrow. The valleys of rivers become deep, narrow, and steep. And this is called vertical erosion. Vertical erosion. Example, Himalayan rivers. Next point, if rivers flow over hard rocks, and flow is slow, they erode the banks. Full stop. The valley of rivers, the valley of rivers become shallow and wide. Example, peninsular block. Peninsular block. Shallow and wide. Peninsular block or peninsular rivers. Drainage is with respect to rivers. In India, we have two river systems, Himalayan river system and Peninsular river system. And peninsular, we have east flowing and west flowing. Okay, so water divides, we'll study everything here. So before understanding the drainage, okay, river usually rises through mountains most of the time. Other than that, lakes, streams on the ground, okay, Manasarovar lake, okay, streams or springs through which the river water flows. Okay, for example, any river, this is main river. Okay, it is joined by other small rivers known as tributaries. You all know this, and later on it flows through certain area and it reaches the ocean. Every river has to reach the ocean except some inland water bodies. Okay, so these are known as tributaries. These are known as distributaries. Okay, here they form the delta. It is also called as mouth of the river. Mouth is the place where river opens into sea. Okay, mouth of river. Okay, where do rivers originate? It can be through glacier, it can be through mountain, it can be through springs, streams. Anything can happen. Okay, so tributaries are also important, and these are right bank tributaries, these are left bank tributaries. Okay, the entire this area is called as drainage area. It is called as drainage area. It is being drained by that particular river. Ganga drainage, Brahmaputra drainage, Kaveri drainage area. Okay. So here what have we written here? Antecedent river and consequent river. Okay. What do you mean by antecedent? River has been originated earlier than compared to the landform. We all know that fold mountains are recently origined, isn't it? They are newly formed than compared to other topographical features. Okay, so when rivers are originated before the formation of the landform, these are known as antecedent rivers. How do we differentiate antecedent rivers? They maintain their original flow. Okay, they maintain their original flow. In between the rivers, the landform has been raised, that is mountain has been raised. That's why we have different valleys in Himalayas. Okay, and Himalayan rivers are fast and swift because they come from the greater height. Okay, they are in young stage. Okay, they are in young stage, young river. So they actually cut the valleys. Okay, in the diagram I have shown you. Okay, here may be any landform, but the river is usually maintaining its original flow. These are known as antecedent rivers. Because earlier the rivers were there, and in between the gaps, the landform originated. These are known as antecedent rivers. Okay. Next, what do you mean by consequent rivers? River is originated after the origin of the landforms. Peninsular rivers, Western Ghats were there, and due to northwest, southwest monsoon, we had greater precipitation and rivers originated. So here the flow will be on the slope of the mountains. Mountains in the neat full. It flows through valleys. Is it clear? These are known as consequent rivers. Okay, and one more difference is we have said that when rivers flow across the soft rocks, river actually how does river flow? Along the valley anta karitiva. The river, it is flowing like this, isn't it? These are called as banks. This is called as bed. The lowest part of the valley is called as bed. Okay. So when we have soft rocks here, and the river valley is made up of soft rocks, the river actually will erode it, isn't it? This leads to narrow and steep valley, bed erosion agutte, because it is flowing on soft rocks. Okay. And the reverse is when they flow on the hard rocks, what will happen? It will not erode the bed, but in opposite, it will erode the bank. Okay, that's why peninsular rivers have wide base. Sorry, yeah, wide base, wide flow. Is it clear? You look at Tungabhadra, Godavari, they are flowing over larger areas. You can a kilometer wider. Is it clear? Any doubt? Next, note down. Drainage patterns. Drainage patterns. Note down. The flow of water through well-defined channels is known as the flow of water through well-defined channels is known as drainage. Important. Next, drainage patterns. That first one, dendritic. Dendritic drainage pattern. The drainage pattern resembles the branches of a tree. The drainage pattern resembles the branches of a tree. Branches of a tree. That is called a dendritic pattern. Okay. Example, rivers of northern plain. Rivers of northern plain. Branches branches of a tree, dendritic. Rivers of northern plain. The drainage pattern resembling the branches of a tree is known as dendritic drainage pattern. Next, second one, radial. Radial. And the rivers originate from a hill, and flow in all the directions. When the rivers originate from a hill and flow in all directions. Radial. Okay. Example, rivers originating from Amarkantak range. Illirutte. Allenagirutte. Radial outwards. Amarkantak range. Rivers in Amarkantak range. Next, third one, trellis. Trellis. Note down. When the primary tributaries of a river When the primary tributaries of the river flow parallel to each other, the primary tributaries of a river flow parallel to each other and secondary tributaries join them at right angles. This is the main river. Okay, the tributaries, first primary tributaries are parallel to one another, and these are the tributaries joining the primary tributaries called as secondary tributary. Secondary tributary are joining the primary tributary at right angles. Why this kind of drainage system will happen? When we have hard rocks here. Hard rocks illa enagiradadu. Soft rocks idare, it could have bent like this, isn't it? Since they are made up of hard rocks. Fourth one, centripetal. Centripetal. When rivers discharge their water, from all the directions into lake or depression. We have series of mountains and rivers are flowing into it. Centripetal. Opposite of radial, centripetal. Rivers flowing into a lake. Next. Next heading, drainage system of India. Drainage system. First, Himalayan drainage system. Note down the drainage systems. Later, we'll discuss each river. Himalayan drainage system consists of heading Himalayan drainage system. Okay, consists of Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, and their tributaries. You know what is a tributary, isn't it? Small river joining a main river. Full stop. Ganga has largest basin in India. Drainage basin and the area where it is drained by the river is called drainage basin. Ganga has largest basin in India. Full stop. Next point. Himalayan rivers are antecedent in nature. Himalayan rivers are antecedent. You know what is antecedent? As these rivers are antecedent in nature, as these rivers are originated before the origin of Himalayan range. before the origin of Himalayan range. Next point, Indus, Sutlej. Indus, Sutlej, Brahmaputra, originate in Tibet, cut across the Himalayan mountain range, cut across the Himalayan mountain range by forming gorges. Now, what is a gorge? What do you mean by gorge? Gorge of Indus, gorge of Brahmaputra. Where do you have gorge of Indus? Pakistan. Where do you have gorge of Brahmaputra? Northeast. Brahmaputra, where does it enter India? Namcha Barba. Nenpilva, Bardilva. Later Himalaya story diagram. We have Namcha Barba, gorge of Brahmaputra. Narrow and steep valley through which river enters. Bukale irutte knowledge alla. Forming gorges to flow into Great Plains of India. Flow into Great Plains of India. Sorry, forming gorges to flow into Great Plains of India. Next point. These rivers are perennial in nature. Perennial means P-E-R-E-N-N-I-A-L. Perennial means, in bracket you can note down, flow throughout the year. Varsha purti hariyate. But inflow may be different. Okay? During summers, less inflow, less water. But it will be flowing. Okay, but during rainy season, more water. Hence, these rivers are used for. Navigation and tidal power production. Since these rivers are perennial, we have inland waterways. National Inland Waterway 1 along Ganga. It is between Allahabad and Haldia. Total length 1600 km, longest. And second one from Brahmaputra, Sadia to Dubri, 890 km. Third one, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅದು 205, Kollam to Kottapuram. What are the benefits of inland water transport? Huh? No traffic. ಆಮೇಲೆ cost effective, nothing like that. Less, nothing like that. Buses are cheaper than streams, boats, launches. It connects forest. Where do we have forest in northern plains? ಏನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಂಗಾದಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗಲೀಜಲ್ಲಿ ಟೂರಿಸಂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ? In most of the states you have tourism on boat. ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂಚೂರು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ವೇ. It is environment friendly alva, pollution free, environmental friendly. Water can be used by people. No, this is inland waterway. You are traveling through the water. If you have to go from one place to another place, you board the boat, and boat will take you to some other place. Lesser alva than compared to which we are using. A single launch can carry so many vehicles, so many people. No doubt. Next, Peninsular Rivers. Second one, Peninsular Rivers. No doubt. These are classified into three categories. These are classified into three categories. That first one, east flowing peninsular rivers. East flowing peninsular rivers. Now done in that. Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri are major east flowing peninsular rivers. East flowing peninsular rivers. Full stop. These rivers flow towards southeast, all along the tilt of Indian Peninsula. All along the tilt of Indian Peninsula. Full stop. These rivers are consequent in nature. Now what do you mean by consequent? These rivers are consequent in nature. These rivers are seasonal in nature. Seasonal means or non-perennial. Seasonal means flow only during particular seasons. These rivers are seasonal in nature. And flow over hard rocks. Flow over hard rocks. These are less used for navigation. These rivers are less used for navigation. Except in Godavari and Krishna River. Godavari River you have at Papikotal Lake, Almatra, and navigation is there. Less used for navigation. Next, west flowing peninsular rivers. West flowing peninsular rivers. Narmada, Tapi, Sharavati, Mandovi, Periyar. Periyar. It's a river in Kerala. Periyar. Periyar. Are the important west flowing rivers. These rivers form estuaries in coastal region. These rivers form estuaries in coastal region. Estuaries. Estuaries. Third one. Inland drainage system. Inland drainage system. Inland drainage system. Third category. If discharge of water of a river is discharge of water of a river is into a lowland. Then it is known as inland drainage system. Example, Luni, Luni, Luni River. Luni River flowing in western Rajasthan and Gujarat. Luni River flowing in western Rajasthan and Gujarat form inland drainage system. Inland drainage system. It discharges its water into run of Kutch. Inland drainage system means the river does not enter into larger water body or ocean. Okay, in spite of it, it will have drainage in the land itself. Okay, because of desert area. Luni River, example of inland drainage system. Any doubt in this? Any doubt? And we start with rivers. Indus. Indus. For every river, know the place of origin and know the sea or ocean where it drains and major tributaries. Okay, don't concentrate on all the tributaries, you cannot remember. Okay, when we have some certain news, you have to concentrate on those tributaries, that's it. Okay, don't worry about the tributaries. Just remember the tributaries given in NCERTs. Okay, and most of it I'll be giving you. Okay, don't worry about rest of it. Okay, rivers like ಎಷ್ಟು dig ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೋ you can keep on starting. And for any new hydroelectric projects, you should look at on which river it is located. That's it. Or to when it comes in current affairs. Okay, we cannot remember all the dams in India, isn't it? It's totally impossible to remember all the dams in India. Only major, longest, largest, these you can remember, and something in news you can remember. Okay, these are certain weak points in geography. Not on Indus. Diagram not on. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಸರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ನಮ್ಮ ಪೂರ್ಣಚಂದ್ರ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಸರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? Only Indus and Sutlej are rising in Tibet. Rest of it in India. Huh? Indus river ಅಲ್ಲೇನಪ್ಪ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾ? ಒಂದು ಸತಿ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರೆ ಕೈ ಕಾಲು ಬರ್ಕೋತೀಯ. Where does this drain? ಎಲ್ಲೋಗ್ ಸೇರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ? ಎಲ್ಲೋಗ್ ಸೇರುತ್ತಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾನಸ ಸರೋವರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ. ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೇಳಿರೋರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಮಾನಸ ಸರೋವರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ. ಟಿಬೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನಸ ಸರೋವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋಗ್ ಸೇರುತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಮ್ಮ ನೀವು? ಬಿಯಾಸ್ ಹಾ ಸಟ್ಲೇಜ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡತ್ತ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹಂಗ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇದು ಒಂಚೂರು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬೀಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಮಾಚಲ್ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ BS ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹಿಮಾಚಲ್ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಗೋದವ For us, Satluj is important, Jhelum is important. Take a break of 5 minutes. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ Hold on. Indus has one of the Indus has one of the world's largest river basin. Indus has one of the world's largest river basin. It's also called as Sindhu River. It's also called as Sindhu River. Next point. It originates from a glacier near Bokarchu in Tibetan region. In Tibetan region, in the Kailash Manasarovar range, or in the Kailash range. The Kailash range near Manasarovar lake. Near Manasarovar lake. Next point. This river drains into Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea allirodu. Arabian Sea near Karachi. Near Karachi. Next point. Its length is, total length is 2,900 kilometer. 1,900 kilometer. So stop. Next line. It flows through a long and straight course. It flows through a long and straight course in Ladakh. Running between flowing between Ladakh and Jaskar range. Flowing between Ladakh and Jaskar range. Next. Major tributaries of Indus. Major tributaries of Indus are Sadadapa, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bees, and Satluj. Just know the origin of different tributaries. Okay, only for Indus. Jhelum. Where does it originate? Pir Panjal range. Pir Panjal range. Pir Panjal Lake range and flows through Srinagar. Srinagar, capital of, flows through Srinagar and Ular Lake. Ular, largest lake, freshwater lake, Ular Lake. Jhelum originates in Pir Panjal range and flows through Srinagar and Ular Lake. You can get a question, okay? Srinagar is on which river? Okay. Second one, Chenab. Chenab. Largest, it is largest tributary. It is largest tributary. It is largest tributary formed by two streams. Chandra and Bhaga. Chandra and Bhaga in Himachal Pradesh. Next, Ravi. Ravi originates near Rotang Pass. Himachal Pradesh. Rotang Pass in Himachal Pradesh. These or Bias. Bias Kund in Himachal Pradesh. Sutlej. Rakas Lake. Rakas Lake near Manas Sarovar in Tibet. Near Manas Sarovar in Tibet. Rakas Lake near Manas Sarovar in Tibet. Bakra Nangal project is on river Sutlej. Bakra Nangal project. Bakra Nangal project. In Tibet, Bakra Nangal project is on river Sutlej. Done. Indus Water Treaty. Studying. What is Indus Water Treaty? Kelidira word. See, when you look at the river Indus, it originates in Tibet, the most of the tributaries in India, and finally flows through Pakistan. Obviously, there will be river sharing problems between India and Pakistan, isn't it? That's why we have this Indus Water Treaty. Note down. Regarding sharing of Indus water between India and Pakistan, how have we concluded it? Indus Water Treaty in 1960 between India and Pakistan. The speciality of it is it has been brokered by World Bank. It has been brokered by World Bank. When India got independence, what happened? Indus Water Treaty in 1960 between India and Pakistan has been brokered by World Bank. This question has been asked many times. Who brokered Indus Water Treaty? Indus Water Treaty. Okay, World Bank. What happened when we got independence? 1947. India was divided into two countries, isn't it? India and Pakistan. Pakistan was located in two areas. That is now Pakistan and Bangladesh. Bangladesh was called as East Pakistan. Later in 1971, it became independent and it has been called as Bangladesh. So the problem with Kashmir is the population here is Muslim majority. Okay, but it was ruled by Hindu Raja, Hari Singh. The king belongs to Hindu community, but the localites are Muslim majority people, and their official language is Urdu. Okay, so Britishers gave three options, isn't it? Either to join India. These were princely states. Princely states are gotta Raja Manatanegulu. Princely states like we had Mysore state, Hyderabad state. Mysore was also princely state. Okay, near Jammu Kashmir, the British government gave three options: either to join India, either to join Pakistan, and to remain independent. Okay, the king of Jammu Kashmir, Hari Singh, he wanted to stay independent. Why? Because if he joins India, what will happen? Muslims will revolt against him. And since he was a Hindu, he had no willing to join Pakistan. So he thought of remaining idle, independent. Okay, so India kept quiet, but Pakistan, he didn't leave Jammu Kashmir. So it attacked Pakistan. The Pakistan army attacked Jammu Kashmir. Okay, then what happened? The Raja Hari Singh came for the help for India he seeked help from India, and he signed instrument of accession. Instrument of accession means he gave completely surrendered Kashmir part to India. Okay, because of that only we are fighting Kashmir as ours. Okay, we don't have any other document because of this instrument of accession. Okay, during that time, India had stopped water, complete water to Indus water to Pakistan. Pakistan is heavily dependent on Indus water. Okay, they don't have other rivers other than this Indus River. So then they approached United Nations, and in 1960 it was brokered. Okay, so look at this. Look at the tributaries. The topmost tributaries or western this area. These rivers were allotted to Pakistan. Okay, they had complete right over the western rivers. Okay, these are eastern rivers. Western rivers are Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. Western rivers, and eastern rivers are Ravi, Sutlej, and these. This is eastern and this is western. Okay, the western part, western rivers were given to Pakistan. That means 100% they can use these waters. But this eastern part towards India. Okay, India has total control over these three eastern rivers. Okay, and they also the India can also control the rivers of Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. That is western rivers also. Okay, that is these rivers. The western rivers can be used by India for building hydroelectric projects, irrigation, and also storage. Okay, so if India wants to build dam across any of these three rivers, it has to approach Pakistan, and both has to be bilaterally agreed, and then only India should initiate a dam. Okay, any doubt in this? Indus Water Treaty, the western rivers, which are western rivers, Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab were exclusively given to Pakistan, and eastern rivers, Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej were given to India. But apart from this, India has control over even west flowing rivers. Okay, it can build dams and it can use it for irrigation, also storage. Okay, this is Indus Water Treaty. News it completed 60 years recently, 2020. This was in news, Indus Water Treaty, and we have different projects, and Pakistan is raising objections on it. Okay, this belongs to current affairs. Any doubt in this? Is it clear? Next, Ganga. I keala barkondilla ನೀವು note down. Eastern rivers, which are eastern rivers? Ravi, Sutlej, Beas. They're given for
exclusive use by India. And Western rivers. Western tributaries or rivers. Indus, Jhelum and Chenab for Pakistan. Next, Ganga. For this diagram, ಏನಪ್ಪಾ? Chardham trip ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ? Chardham pilgrimage, visiting 4 different areas: Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, and Yamunotri. Okay, these all are in Uttarakhand. We have 5 different prayags: Vishnu Prayag, Nanda Prayag, Karna Prayag, Rudra Prayag, Dev Prayag, and finally Prayag. Ganga and Yamuna meets here, Allahabad. Alaknanda, Mandakini, Bhagirathi, these are all rivers. In the rivers, to map book idea. Sometimes they ask for Prayag Satata. That's why this diagram. Done. Go down. Ganga, river Ganga rises in. River Ganga rises in Gangotri Glacier. In bracket 3,900 meter. 3,900 meter above sea level. In Uttarakashi district of Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand. Uttarakashi district of Uttarakhand. Next point at Dev Prayag. At Dev Prayag, Bhagirathi meets Bhagirathi. Starting a Ganga anta karedilla. Okay. River from Gangotri is called a Bhagirathi, and river from Badrinath is called Alaknanda. At Dev Prayag, Bhagirathi meets Alaknanda, and from this point we call it as Ganga. I forgot to write. From this area it is called Ganga. And Ganga meets Yamuna near Allahabad. Bhagirathi meets Alaknanda. Alaknanda nodi heng barta ide ella kade. This is Alaknanda. Alaknanda. At Dev Prayag, Bhagirathi meets Alaknanda. Hereafter it is known as Ganga. Prayags are, Prayag is nothing but meeting point of one or more rivers. Okay, so Alaknanda, Badrinath Alaknanda meets Dhauli Ganga. Okay, that is known as Vishnu Prayag. And there Alaknanda meets Nandakini at Nanda Prayag. Then Pindar Ganga at Karna Prayag. And Mandakini from Kedarnath will meet Alaknanda at Rudra Prayag. And again, Alaknanda will meet Bhagirathi near Dev Prayag. Okay, next point. The Ganga enters plains at Haridwar. The Ganga enters plains at Haridwar. Full stop. It first flows to the south, and then southeast, and then east, and then east, before splitting into two distributaries, namely Bhagirathi and Hooghly. Bhagirathi and Hooghly. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಬೇಡ. HOOGLY. ಹೂಗ್ಲಿ ರಿವರ್ ನದಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಹೂಗ್ಲಿ. Done. Shall I erase this online students?
Yes, ma'am.
Note down. Agra. Right bank tributaries of Ganga. Chambal, Banas, Betwa, Ken. Rivers ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ತಡಿ ಹೋಗಿ. Banas is a river. Chambal is a river. Betwa is a river. Ken is a river. Sam is a river. Damodar is a river. Kosi is a river. Gandak is a river. Nagra is a river. Gomti. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು. Actually your work. I am doing it. Farakka, where is Farakka barrage? Where is Farakka barrage? West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee. ಯಾವಾಗ ಜಗಳ ಆಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ ನೀರು ಬಿಡಕ್ಕೆ. Farakka barrage. Kosi is called Sar of Bihar. Damodar is called Sar of Bengal. Farakka, Farakka. That point. There is a barrage. We have built a dam. Okay. Not to store water. Bangladesh is opposing it. Mamata Banerjee. Why I should leave water? It's her state dude. She is the chief minister. Legalized the chief minister. Democratically elected by the people. You have taken coaching only for UPSC. You could have told me, right? Because sometimes we speak in our mother tongue. Because we should have informal relation with students also. If we speak in English, that informality will not build. That's why we tend to speak in our mother tongue. Normally, most of the times, informal things only will be talking in Kannada. So all the formal things and teachings will be done in English. Online students, is it fine? Are you able to note down? Where is Varanasi? Huh? Narendra Modi's constituency. Allahabad. They have changed the name. Prayagraj. Prayagraj, why? Because Bhagirathi Hooghly in India. It is called as Bhagirathi. No, nothing like that. Okay, everything. The river which flows in India is called as Bhagirathi Hooghly. Okay, tributaries extend both in India, West Bengal, and in Bangladesh. Okay, so in India we call it as Bhagirathi Hooghly in India, and it is called as Padma and Meghna in Bangladesh. Padma and Meghna. Padma means Ganga. The Meghna means Brahmaputra. The combined activity of both Gangas, even Brahmaputra is like this. Combined activity of Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, largest delta of the world. Done. Ganga, initially it flows towards south, then southeast, and then east, and then after Farakka, it moves towards south after merging with Brahmaputra. Okay, Allahabad is a place where Ganga and Yamuna meets. Yamuna is on banks of the river. See, sorry, Taj Mahal, New Delhi. Yamuna flows through all these things. Chambal, okay, its point of origin is Madhya Pradesh, Chamban Valley, your Vindhyan range, Vindhya Parvata, Indian range, northernmost hills, and we have Betwa, and Banas is a tributary of Chambal, that is also in news, and Betwa and Ken both rise. Betwa rises in Bhopal district, Vindhyan range, and actually we have this interlinking project, Ken Betwa interlinking project. Okay, it's also in news, and we have left bank tributaries Gomati, Gagra, Gandak rises in Nepal, and we have the Kosi and Damodar in Chota Nagpur Plateau. Though it is smaller, okay, but it is very swift. That is why it is called a Sora of Bengal. Okay, at Farakka, it tends to turn towards south, forming a drainage pattern. Any doubt in this? No doubt. Total length is 25 kilometer. Total length. Total length is 2525 kilometer and covers 4 states. Which are 4 states? Uttarakhand first. Go with the flow, ma'am. Okay, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal. Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal. You should know the river states involved in each river, apart from knowing the origin and draining point or the mouth of the sea. Next point, Gangetic River dolphin. Gangetic River dolphin, endangered animal along the Ganga. Gangetic River dolphin, endangered animal. Found along Ganga. It is aquatic animal of India. National aquatic animal. Which is national aquatic animal? Gangetic River dolphin. And 3 years ago, they had asked a question. Where do we find Gangetic River dolphin? Chambal Valley. Chambal is a tributary of Ganga, isn't it? Obviously, Gangetic River dolphin should be present there. Okay. Then keep watching this for a few minutes. You'll learn it. Next point. Ganga forms largest delta of the world. It forms largest delta of the world. Next, Brahmaputra. Shall I erase this? Brahmaputra. Originates near Himalayan Glacier. Originates near Himalayan Glacier. of Kailash range. Of Kailash range. Near Manasarovar Lake. Rises, originates in Chemayungdung Glacier of Kailash range near Manasarovar Lake. From this we can conclude that the origin of Indus and Brahmaputra are nearby because both rises in Kailash range and near Manasarovar Lake. Okay, one flows towards the west and drains in the Arabian Sea, other flows through east and it drains in Bay of Bengal. Okay, this question has been asked once. Okay, the source of origin of Indus and Brahmaputra are located close to each other or one another. Okay, next, it travels east. Next point, Brahmaputra travels east for about 1200 kilometer. For about 1200 kilometer in South Tibet, where it is known as, what is the name of Brahmaputra in Tibet? Huh? Sanko.
Sanko.
Yeah, Sanko means purifier. Means purifier. Full stop. Next point, it enters India near. It enters India near. Namcha Barwa. Namcha Barwa. Next. Next point. The river Brahmaputra enters into India through which state? The river Brahmaputra enters into India through Arunachal Pradesh as Dihang River. As Dihang River. Full stop. After joining with Lohit, it's called Brahmaputra. Next point, in Assam, it forms which island? Majuli Island. It is a district now. In Assam, it forms Majuli Island. Majuli. It is a district now in bracket, new district, which is 90 kilometer long. 90 kilometer long and 20 kilometer wide. Full stop. Brahmaputra covers how many states? Tell commonly. Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Sikkim, and West Bengal. Full stop. Next point. After joining Bangladesh, it is known as Jamuna. Brahmaputra in India, Sanko in Tibet, and Jamuna in Bangladesh. Jamuna in It is known as Jamuna River and joined by Ganga. Which in Bangladesh known as Padma River. No doubt. Math. Dihang dibang ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗಿದಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾನಸ್ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ Kista River Sikkim Dihang Dibang Dhansiri Tista Sankosh Done. What is Majuli Island? Namcha Barwa, it enters near this area, Namcha Barwa, Dihang, and after joining with Lohit, it is called as Brahmaputra. Okay, these are this river experiences too much of flooding, too much of river enters India during rainy season, especially. Okay, so first of all, the river itself is heavy. Okay, then after because of northeast, sorry, southwest monsoon, Because of heavy rains, it is over flooded every year. Okay, and every time it brings the sediments, fresh sediments. Okay, ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ height ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೇಲೆ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Because periodic flooding will be there. 2 to 3 months, their house will be below water only. Okay, flooding irutte. If you look at the houses there, and marginally it is an island actually created by the sediments. Now it has been called as a district. Okay, a sediments and the tandaki enagirodu has become an island. Is it clear? Brahmaputra. Next, Godavari. Godavari. Largest river system of peninsular India. Largest river system of peninsular India. And is called Sakshin Ganga. And is called Dakshin Ganga. It rises from Triambakeshwar. Rises from Triambakeshwar in Nasik district. Largest river in South India or Peninsular River. That is why it is called as Sakshin Ganga. Rises from Triambakeshwar in Nasik district. Next point, total length 1465 kilometer. Total length 1465 kilometer. It covers Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha. Andhra Pradesh and now Telangana also. It has to be included. And small parts of Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh. Small parts of Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh. No doubt. Nasik, from Nasik, Sudganga, Pranhita, Indravati, Shabari, and Penganga, Varda, Vaiganga. They all join Pranita. Andhra, Bidar district. It flows through Bidar district of Karnataka. Bidar is the northernmost district, Alva. Andhra, part of it touches Indravati, Shabari. ಏನಪ್ಪ? Penganga. Penganga, Varda, Vaiganga. Next, Krishna River. It is the second largest. Second largest peninsular river. It raises from the Western Ghats. It raises from the Western Ghats near Mahabaleshwar. Its total length is 1,400 kilometer. 400 kilometer. And drains into Bay of Bengal. Next point. Krishna Basin extends over Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. Extends over Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Note down the tributaries. Musi. SI. Near Munneru. RS ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ನಾನು. Musi. This is S. This is R. Tomorrow's assignment. Note down right and left bank tributaries of Kaveri. Right and left bank tributaries of Kaveri. Right and left bank tributaries of Kaveri. How many rivers will join? Huh? Panchganga. Ghataprabha, Malaprabha belong to Karnataka, Tungabhadra. Bhima, most important tributary. Kaveri, left and right bank tributaries possible. Write a diagram. Or else now note down the tributaries. Every river is important on Kaveri. If you are preparing for KPSC also. Huh? If possible, note down diagram. If possible. I'm not forcing you because it's not easy to get a diagram online. Not get ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟರೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. only major tributaries. Okay, in exam they'll ask only major tributaries. Don't worry. Okay, for example, if I tell Subanasari, Lohit, you can directly tell these are the tributaries of which river? Subanasari, Lohit, Sankosh, Teesta, Brahmaputra, major rivers. Okay, and the questions will arise based on current affairs. Okay, see you tomorrow. Sankosh River. Sankosh. Saravatina. Nakyusha. Online students, any doubt? Yenappa? Sara. East flowing. Saravati east flowing. Is west flowing river. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ನಿನ್ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂತ, ನಿನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ. ಯು ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಶರಾವತಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಯರ್ ದಿ ಕೋಸ್ಟ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಸ್ಟೇ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಬೇಕಂತ.
हाँ पहला
Mana ini dia, dia